Hello, all the tiny people out there. It's the main man himself, the Chaotic Heel, for another amazing Chaotic Recode match. I was saying the other day, I barely play against Mipedian players. They must be too afraid to come after the main man himself. Well, all the little people must have heard that, because this week I have only played against Mipedian players. I've played against starter decks. I've played against the invisibility strike decks like this. And more importantly, I've played against giant war beasts that crush Danians under their heels. But today, we're going up and against an amazing invisibility strike boost deck. For those who don't know, Mipedians have this amazing ability called Invisibility that has a range of effects. Sometimes it makes them attack first, sometimes it makes your creature not have battle gear, and sometimes they just make them hit so much harder, which is kind of the strategy of this deck. You have the two creatures that engage right now are my Nimi and its Headmaster. The Headmaster, if he loses initiative, he get or not. If any of your creatures lose initiative, he boosts their invisibility strike by 10, which is pretty amazing. Then in his back row, he has two what you call let's see, Owakis. The only bad thing about Mipedians is they're hard to pronounce sometimes. And they have a passive ability to increase all of, you have to have a certain speed. Let's see. Mipedians you control with invisibility gain 20 speed, which is important, and invisibly strike 5. So since he has two of them, it's increasing. If he loses initiative, he's getting invisibly strike 20 boost, which is pretty incredible because his top card, which is Malif, Guard of the Palace, already has invisibility strike 15. Now, he doesn't lose initiative because he also has invisibility surprise, so he'll always win initiative, so doesn't get that boost. But his he has this little minion card down here who I forget whose name it is, but I believe he has invisibility strike 10. So if he loses initiative, his first attack is going to do 30 damage, which is pretty incredible. So my Nimi and his headmaster are going at it. I have to win this fight because I cannot let this headmaster live because he will give, like I said, an insane boost to his Mipedians. So I have to win. If I was the opposing player, probably would have attacked with my guard first, but that's just me. Me and this player we played this game and then the next two matches. So, and I forgot to record the next two. Um, so I'm not going to spoil who beat who and the best 2 out of 3 essentially, but it was very intense matches. Really good to play against Mipedians. There's my Caustic Cascade. That'll only do 20 damage because Nimi does not have any sort of boost. There's a Melody of Mirage. I kind of figured that was going to happen. And the location itself, you might be wondering, why didn't you lose lore? You can knock him out with lore. So the Royal Mipedian Academy of Melee Arts is the location. It reduces all attack or non-attack damage to 0. So lore doesn't work, a cannon of casualty doesn't work, nothing works here. So I can't just do what I usually do and nuke them from orbit with the lore. So there's a freeze flash. That's not a great card to, and a Caster's War Song. Luckily, the Caster's War Song won't do anything, but I'm still gonna heal. It's again, I have to beat this headmaster, or that might have been the match in a way. I think whenever it's his location, he's gonna always get initiative, so his ability won't work. But on my locations, when I need to pull the wins, it's gonna be a lot harder. So the name of the game is to knock out the headmaster, and I guess so. He's doing a song of recovery. Great Mipedian music. It heals 10, and I believe let's see. It also gives him air 5, so he'll be doing 25 damage. I'm doing Song of Symmetry right here, which you might be wondering. Well, if it can't do damage, why are you using it? It heals me by 10, which will help a lot. So it still heals me by 10, but it does not do him damage. They're essentially still taking the damage, but it's reduced to 0, I believe, is how this works. So I'm healing for 30 here, so that would put me at 60, but I'm going to be taking 25 from the Freeze Flash, and then his Song of Recovery will give him Air 5. So I'm doing another Domestic Hive him. Probably didn't need to do that. but he still has 25 health. And my attack cards are not great. I have Linguistant Swirl, which only does 10 and does not get boosted at all, and Burning Rain, which only does 5. So there's a good card off the top. Invader's Tactics, it will do 15. Usually it does 10, but because he has the location, it deals an extra 5. And if I can't beat the Headmaster here, I'm at least going to get him to waste his music. He has Tien in the background, who still has 2 music counters. I'm thinking he has another Melody of Mirage and some random one, and Tien has an effect where you can sacrifice him for 1 music counter, and he deals 25 damage to a creature. So that's why I healed more so in the last, because if I get him, if he gets me to 25 or less, there's an easy knockout right there, you know? So 3 sucky attack cards. There's Sunderground, which is pretty much a Linguistant Swirl, but you lose Earth instead of Water. It's a 0 attack card. You kind of need that in decks. What I'm sure you could use 21 cost attacks, but how are those? So there's Marksman's Preparation. Insane card. One of my favorite cards in the game. It does 0 natural damage, but you can discard another Marksman's Preparation and it deals 30 damage. So you play the waiting game, but when you finally get it, boom, 30 damage across the board. And it'd be 35 because he has Air 5 as well, because it has the air element. So I'm doing a Song of Symmetry to heal by 10. There's a Caster's War Song, which again will not do anything here because of the location. And I guess Tien wouldn't have done anything either, because Tien would have his damage would have been reduced to 0 too. I just realized that. But yeah, so there's a Song of Shelter, which I'm wondering if he thought that would have canceled out my Song of Symmetry, which if that would have happened, that would have been a code, because look, I'm surviving by 5 health. So there's my Linguistant Swirl. He has no music left, so there's no way he can heal at all whatsoever. So there's his Headmaster and a really big piece of the puzzle gone. Now, this is a Mirage location, so let's see where he places the Mirage. Uh, Really great location card. Probably a top 10 Mipedian location. I think Mipedians and Underworlders have some of the best location cards. Underworlders just get boosted up so much through there. Think of Underworld City, both versions, Lava Pond, the Coliseum, just amazing cards. Mipedians also get great locations with the Mirage mechanic. Uh, Mipedian Oasis is an amazing card that boosts your is it their invisibility gets boosted by 10 or just their natural damages by 10? It might just be they hit for 10 more on that card will come up, so we'll read it when it comes up. So he puts it on his little minion. I would have put it probably on his Guard of the Palace, but here's Skeletal Springs, which is probably one of the best locations in my deck right now. As long as I don't play against Overworlders, I get initiative because it's initiative Overworld. Fluid Morphers do not gain music counters, which is amazing because I've been playing against so many more Fluid Morphers lately, and it gives I think if you have element water, it gives you water 5, which all of my pretty much attackers are going to have water. The only one who doesn't is Lore. But Lore's not here to fight. He's there to literally nuke you from orbit with his 30 damage he can do. So I do Song of the Surprisal, and here's my thinking. I need to get in the back row and start picking off these Owakis, because they're going to give invisibility boost. So if I can take them out, that's perfect for me. So, and I already do. There's a Deluge of Doom. He cannot heal. Easy knockout. That was 35 damage because I have water 15. So great on me. Easy little code. And now he's got only one more boost for his invisibility, but he still has his Guard of the Palace, which hits hard with that invisibility 15 and surprise. Now, luckily, let's see. Oh, okay, it is a natural. They just do extra 10 damage on their first attack, both you and your opponent. So if you're playing against another Mipedian, you're also boosting them, which is the only bad thing about using the Underworld Coliseum. So here I choose to use Yeholden as kind of a sacrifice. Mostly because my attack hand's so bad. It's two Burning Rains, and I draw Linquistent Swirl. So I don't think I don't know. Nimi could have blocked an attack pretty much with his Sting Blade, but I'm kind of using. And look, he shuffles the deck, and I draw that Burning Rain back. So I'm kind of glad I used your hold in here as a sacrifice to just try to get these bad attack cards out of my hand. There's a quick exit. I don't know what card that would be good for. Maybe his headmaster had high courage. So there's finally a purifying mud, which is going to be okay, but I know Yeholden's not winning this. He does use a progressive speed, though, which I feel like it's a really good attack card just to throw away at a 15 health card that he was probably going to win no matter what. Maybe his starting or his attack, his other card, the card he already had in hand and the card he just drew were just that good, but eh. So here's Glowmuck Swamp, really good location for me. It boosts my Earth by 5 and my initiative's Courage, which Earbeak has high Courage. He has 75. So usually he gets initiative. His Awaki has a Destructozuka. I believe he's choosing air each time as the element. But look, here's the good cards start to rolling in: a Deluge of Doom, a Purifying Mud, and the Quiescent Swirl is going to do 20 damage because of my Earbeak's boost. I'm going to do Purifying Mud here, just so I don't use that Deluge of Doom yet, because really good card. Going to save that for the Guard of the Palace. Or do I? Let's see. So it's only going to do 30. So yeah, it does, or 35, because of the Gloomuk Swamp boost. And so he can't code me here because I can just activate Hive. So Thundershout, that would deal 25. So I could have survived it. Or no, that would have KO'd me. That would have KO'd me because of Gloomuk Swamp. So I did the right call. When I rewatched these right before I filmed these, and I was wondering why I did that, but that's why. That would have coded me if I hadn't done that there. I was thinking I wasted a hive counter. So now he has no invisibility boost. So I'm only going to be taking 15 from invisibility, but most likely not because of Nimi has a Sting Blade prototype, which is a great card. That as a kid, I never understood why you would play it, but now I'm like, oh my god, this card's so good. Unless you're playing other Danians. When you activate Hive, the next attack card played is 0. So if your opponent uses Armageddon, you can reduce that damage or it reduces it to 10, not 0. That would be crazy if it was 0. That's a pocket Melody of Mirage. So yeah, it is unique, but it doesn't need to be ununique because once it's flipped up, you can always use it, which is awesome. So we're in the storm tunnel. Not great. It lowers my water by 5 and raises his wind by 5. So he does use tornado tackle. That'll be 20 damage. I don't hive there because I'm waiting for like a progressive speed. So there's a Deluge of Doom, did 25. And there's a Shadow Strike. And I know I've coded him. I probably should have saved my Caustic Cascade here and used the Quiescent Swirl instead, but I can knock him out with Lore. And he can't heal. And that's how you do it, baby. That's how you win in the NCO. He shortly concedes after this. He moves Tien up, but there's no winning this now. So me and this player go against each other 2 more times. He pretty much pushes me in really bad the next game. I kind of do a different strategy and go after his Guard of the Palace. Not a good idea because at the end his headmaster just losing initiative, and gets a big boost. And he takes out my Nimi, so I can't use my Sting Blade. And then the third round, I think it was kind of similar to this game. Take out the headmaster now that I know it. He does use Tien's ability both times. I think in the third game he knocks out my lore because I thought he was targeting the engaged creature, but he didn't. But great to play against Mipedian players. Felt like I haven't played them against them too much lately, besides starter decks, who I hate in a way to play them because I just crush them and I feel bad sometimes. But this was a great match. Let me know what you think. What do you think of Impedians? They're a deck I love to play as, but hate playing against because I think they're stupid good. Now, remember, here at the NCO, That's where the big boys play, and that's the bottom line.